Welcome back to Rachel Watches Star Trek. This is part 2 of our review of Wrath of Khan Star Trek 2. Head over and subscribe to the podcast Rachel Watches Star Trek for more in-depth reviews, gossip and all that stuff.
Where we left off last time, Kirk was facing the USS Reliant, but it wasn't answering his hails. That's because it had been taken over by his old nemesis. That's the guy.
They're requesting communication, sir.
Let them eat static.
They're still running with shields down.
Of course, we are one big happy fleet. Ah, Kirk, my old friend. Do you know the Klingon proverb that tells us revenge is a dish that is best served cold?
Locking phasers on target.
They're locking phasers. Raise shields.
Fire!
Oh no! Oh my, wow, that was some leaping.
If only Kirk had raised those shields.
The Reliant signals to discuss terms of their surrender. Oh, this is like the Kobayashi Maru all over again.
Well, look now, Kirk's being all clever, saying
this
he's
is good.
looking up information, but what he's doing is he's actually tricking Khan. He's taking over their ship using Starfleet codes.
Yeah, this is so satisfying, especially because he's doing it with his glasses on. I just love how they tie that in.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it makes him look more vulnerable, but it's that aspect of him aging that's a theme throughout the whole film.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really, really clever and well done.
Yeah. They send the Reliant limping off for repairs. Yeah!
But the damage to the Enterprise is huge. Sickbay is overflowing and Scotty's nephew dies.
When did they say it was his nephew?
Well, in the director's cut, they say it's his nephew.
Oh.
And there's a whole scene, too, before where he introduces him and says it's his daughter's eldest son, and he's very proud that he's serving on the Enterprise. Scotty is.
Oh.
So when he dies, I mean, man, that is some heavy stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Why
it doesn't really make any sense when you don't explain that, why he's so upset.
Right.
Why he's carrying him.
Yeah, why he carried him up to the bridge doesn't really make a lick of sense at all.
Just take him to sickbay.
Just take him to sick. But, of course, it looks dramatic.
Yeah. Love Scotty. He can do no wrong, really, can he?
Kirk, McCoy, and Saavik beam to Regular One.
Spock says, "Take care, Jim," and McCoy goes, "We will!" I'm not a fan of the open flap jackets, with the white. What's it for?
Drama.
Eh?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It's weird. It just looks like a napkin thing, removable thing maybe, if you get a stain, like a blood handprint on it.
Yeah, that's if you want to see that blood print on your chest.
You want it to really pop.
You want it to pop, you got to have it on the white. If it's on red, nobody's going to see anything.
Yeah, right. Why do they want that, though?
Where's the override? The override! Fire.
Oh, he's firing back. Is it going to be enough?
Fire!
Oh, yowzers. Now, bits of the ceiling are falling down.
Fire! All right, join the party. Mr. Spock, the ship is yours.
Jim, be careful.
We will.
That was a great moment for McCoy. Look at the state of these outfits. With the popped up collars and the poacher's jackets with all of their equipment. At least they're bringing equipment this time, not like the original series. They find the crew hung up by their feet after being tortured, but they gave Khan no information.
Yeah. They find Chekhov in a box.
Bad toupee.
Wasn't so bad.
Oh.
He explains to them what has happened, but he leaves out all the details about them being mind-controlled, of course. Khan is listening in as Spock throws some shade on Saavik for not wanting to do everything by the book.
Not such an indulgent teacher now.
Well, we find out about that later. They find coordinates that go inside of Regular One and beam in.
Inside the planet.
It's where Dr. Marcus and her team are hiding the Genesis device, but David thinks Kirk is trying to steal it.
Oh, goodness.
Ah, dead guy.
Ooh.
Jim!
Oh, poor little Chekhov.
Please acknowledge
Captain Terrell's in there as well.
Yeah.
Commander Uhura. This is Lieutenant Savage.
Uhura's doing all she can, but really, she doesn't get to leave her desk.
What's wrong with that tube? It looks pretty good to me.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's a Molotov.
Down!
He's got a flipping knife.
Oh, goodness.
He's knife fighting him. Look at that. That's intense.
You're no match for Father Fu. Wow, and that's how much he loves the Genesis device. He'd kill his own dad.
Oh.
Oh! Savick just saved his life.
I love Savick. She's just great.
What do you like about her?
Well, she's attractive. And she's logical.
Yeah.
What else is there?
At least I'm one of those.
Yeah.
Terrell is ordered to kill Kirk but resists and kills himself instead. Why does the eel give up on Chekhov so easily though? Scrolls out.
It's just tired.
Oh, yeah.
It's had a busy day.
You would be.
Khan beams the Genesis device to the Reliant, and we get the most memorable scene of all time.
Khan, you've got Genesis, but you don't have me. You are going to kill me, Khan. You're going to have to come down here. You're going to have to come down here.
I've done far worse than kill you. I've hurt you. And I wish to go on hurting you. I shall leave you as you left me, as you left her, marooned for all eternity in the center of a dead planet. Buried alive. Buried alive.
Khan!
Such a reined-in performance throughout the whole movie, and then this.
Well, you gotta go up to 11 once.
Just once.
Yeah.
Spock has tricked Khan with his hours, days code that he was going on about, and the Enterprise has escaped.
The Enterprise has suffered more damage than the Reliant, so they head to the Matara Nebula, where ionized gases would disrupt both ship's sensors and their shields, making the fight an even one.
Gosh, that's convenient, isn't it? Good idea, though.
Khan's first officer convinces him not to pursue.
But Kirk taunts him, and the fight is on.
Full impulse power.
No, sir. You have Genesis. You can have whatever you...
He is not listening to your reason, no way.
No
You
way.
think he got that scar on his chest for nothing?
In the battle, both ships sustain serious damage, and Khan's first officer is killed. Khan swears to avenge him.
Main power on the Enterprise goes out. The warp drive chamber in engineering floods with radiation. Scotty and crew are passing out. Oh, this is your favourite bit.
I've got to take the mains off the line. It's radiation.
Radiation!
They are doomed. All Spock needs to hear is that without warp, they are dead, and he goes rogue again. Heads straight for the irradiated dilithium reactor room. Oh, this is a classic way of framing it, and he raises up and then reveals his bloody face like an amazing horror villain. Oh, McCoy tries to stop Spock, but...
Yeah, give him a little trick, Spock. Make him look the other way, and bam!
Bench.
He puts his hand on McCoy's head and says, "Remember."
Setting us up for the sequel. It's quite a quick meld, though, isn't it?
Well, he's in a hurry.
He's good.
No, you can't get away.
Oh, look at him. Oh, gritting his teeth. Still fighting. Hating.
For hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee.
Oh, Spock.
They are able to warp to safety just as the device detonates and Khan is killed.
Kirk doesn't know what Spock has done and that he's dying.
Spock!
What a beautiful scene of understated devastation and realisation. He's practically doing nothing at times, it seems, but he's commanding so much emotion.
I think that there's the vulnerability, too, to Spock. I mean, he's been blinded by the radiation, and when he just tries to regain a little bit of dignity...
By pulling his jacket down
but then he
as
walks
he stands.
into the glass, because he can't see, obviously. And then he just quietly passes.
With his voice so affected by the radiation, still saying the classic Vulcan lines that you want to hear if you think that that character has gone forever, doing the Vulcan salute, saying live long and prosper, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. They packed it all in without it seeming forced.
It's not. It's real.
Is Shatner too understated?
No, it's perfect. Perfect.
I love that we can't hear him the first time he says Spock. So the screen's so vulnerable.
Yeah.
Just logical.
Nothing he can do.
The needs of the many outweigh
The needs of the few.
The final, ultimately logical act of his life.
Yeah.
This scene made me cry, and I'm usually an absolute stone, as you know.
Yeah.
It takes quite a lot.
Yeah.
It must be the result of seeing all of the original series episodes, their relationship build, and the loss that is now experienced by Kirk.
I cry every time. Every time.
Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was the most human. Others. Up.
Now, I'm not a fan of bagpipes in any context, so for me, it brought me right out of it. I just think they sound like drowning cats.
Oh.
But I hear that for a lot of people, it was incredibly moving to have this. Americans.
Yeah.
So here we have a scene where David comes in to see his dad, Kirk, and it's a flip on the usual, my dad is finally proud of me trope.
Yeah.
This last part was added on when the somber ending didn't test well to make it more uplifting. Along with the awesome music, it's a powerful, poignant, hopeful ending, which leaves us wanting more.
Is that a bomb?
Something Spock was trying to tell me on my birthday.
You okay, Jim? How do you feel?
Concepts.
Aging, life and death. Have I made the right choices in my life, like being promoted, a new crew being trained and coming in and taking over, playing by the book instead of by instinct, needing glasses, grieving, being human, long-term friendships and being deeply known by someone?
Yeah.
Why does he feel young at the end? Mayer said he wrote into this movie and Time After Time the moment where the hero learns that everything he knows is wrong. It's when you realise that you know nothing that you really start to learn. So maybe that's something to do with feeling young.
Yeah. Well, the Genesis device, that's a very interesting concept. It's able to destroy all life on a planet and then...
Ideally not.
Or be able to make a matrix that anything could live on.
Yeah.
So that's impressive, but is it really that much of a stretch for a sci-fi concept?
Whoa! I'm surprised. I thought you'd think it was phenomenal possibility, endless uses. It had Federation funding to try and solve population scarcity problems.
But were these things really issues with the Federation?
Well, tell that to the Mark of Gideon people. They were all stacked up outside the ship, weren't they?
They were, that's true. But they weren't in the Federation as well. Right. So once they get in, then they would have plenty of room, I guess, to be able to do those things. No, it's just, I like... When I say concepts for a show or a movie, I like to be challenged and think like, whoa, what does this say about me and my life and our society and the way we live? This doesn't really change any of those things for me or make me consider different alternatives to that. It's a neat idea. I enjoy it, but...
Unbelievable. There's no pleasing you.
There is. There's plenty of other episodes that have amazing concepts.
Yeah.
Just not this one. In fact, I would honestly... maybe say that the concepts for the last movie, the motion picture, were a little bit better. Yeah.
Wow. They also created life underground using a smaller device. The eel mind control, that's pretty incredible. The concept of revenge blinding somebody, being all-consuming until he's lost everything. 9.5 out of 10 for me.
I'm going to give it a 7. Entertainment.
I enjoyed the pace and the blend of new and old characters. Impressive puppet for the Seti eel. The music was amazing. I love Ricardo's performance. Quiet and understated, yet menacing, and it gives him plenty of space to build up to that obsessed frenzy.
Montalban's only regret was that he and William Shatner never interacted, as their scenes were filmed several months apart.
Wow.
In order to accommodate Montalban's schedule for Fantasy Island.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
What a testament to their skills and the direction that it didn't matter.
It didn't even cross my mind when I watched it for the first 20 times. It's like, oh yeah, they never actually see each other in person.
Beautiful performance by Shatner. And to think Nimoy wasn't in the original script, War of Generations.
Yeah.
Jack B. Swords introduced the idea of killing Spock as a way to coerce Nimoy back into the fold. Nimoy was told Spock would be offed early in the script, and it worked. He came back.
Well, technically he was killed in the very beginning when Saavik was doing the Kobayashi Maru.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe. Kirstie Alley was really excited about being Saavik. She said as a child she wanted to be Spock and that she was so in love with the role that she wore her ears to sleep. Mayer said that she didn't have to find the role. She didn't have to work her way into it.
Oh.
She just had it.
Oh, wow.
She'd been living it somewhere in her head for years.
What a shame then that she's not in the next two films as it.
It's a rip.
So much action and exploding. Fabulous script with iconic speeches from Moby Dick. Gentle human touches in it. 9.5 out of 10.
I give it, I'm going to break the rules, and I'm going to give it 11 out of 10. I just did. Try and stop me. 11 out of 10. Woo!
Sexiness. There's something sexual about Khan. Not much else, really. There's no love interest, but it didn't need one.
Kirstie looks great in her ears. Unfortunately, she doesn't come back due to them offering her less money for the next movie, even though she has a bigger part in it.
And I heard another rumour that she didn't want to be typecast, but that doesn't seem right, does it?
No, I think that's after the fact, them picking on her, because she was in a Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on now.
I'll give it 2.5 out of 5 for sexiness.
I'll just give it a 3. I love my Saavik. Well, that's it. That's our coverage of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
What a film. Really enjoyed that one. A few of these episodes of Star Trek have been a slog. Quite enjoyed the last film. Loved this one.
Oh my God.
Loads more coverage of it on our podcast. 2 episodes, half hour each. So if you've got a bit of walking to do, housework, painting, those kind of things, just maybe.
Yeah, give it a go.
To the podcast.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
At RachelWatchesStarTrek.com.
Or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.